Hi everybody and welcome to September 2nd. So yesterday we went over the two types of runes that I have in my little container over here that you see in front of you right there. So today we're just going to go ahead and pick the rune. Get your piece of paper and your pencil ready like I showed you yesterday to write down your letter or letters of the rune that comes through. All right, I'm doing it myself. I'm writing it down so that you can see that I am doing it myself, and we will all at the end of the month pick our runes, pick our words out of the letters that the runes give us to interpret what needs to change, how we can change it, your lessons, your blessings. It's all going to resonate differently for everybody. I just think this is a cool little interacting game to keep your attention and keep you wanting to come back and say, hey, what's happening today? Okay? So let's go ahead and pull a rune. Yesterday's rune just popped right out, and it was an amethyst. So today, let me pull this over here and shake it up a little bit. You see I'm shaking it up. There's a little bit of everything in there. You never know what I'm going to pull out. If you watch the weeklies, you know that I pulled a lot of feathers out. There is a lot of different things in here. Oh, we had a jumper again. And this time we have Helgales. Helgales represents a hailstorm. It's one of them runes where no matter which way you read it, you still get to take same interpretation. So let's go ahead and talk about Helgales. Helgales is the second ayat, which is Hagal's ayat. So it's like going through the second initiation. You're starting the second initiation. Alright, let me get back here and get the letter. So what letter does Helgales stick to? We got an H here. Alright, so let me write that down for you. It's an H. So it represents the letter H. Alright, so let's read a little bit about Helgales now. It's a number 9. Alright, so 9. So if you watch the videos about the origin of the runes, you heard me say that Odin hung upside down in a yew tree for 9 days and 9 nights without no food and no water. And after the ninth night, that's where he come up with the runes, okay? So 9, and yesterday was a 6, so we have a 6 and a 9. That is key. These are numbers that are the key to the universe, okay? So Helgales, the meaning of this rune is hail. Helgales recognizes the potential for destruction and the qualities of transformation. It is through a period of frost and snow is required in order to break up and refresh the earth so that it can bring forth new fertility and growth. Representing primal chaos, Helgales is associated with Nir. In Norse mythology, the giant from whose body the gods created the world. Out of this chaos comes a tangible force, which means Helgales signifies a dramatic event or disruption to one's life that comes from outside and possibly from a completely unexpected source. A hailstorm can be devastating and can ruin everything that lies in its path. Helgales is one of these of 3 runes associated with winter, which to people living in the ancient Northlands of Sweden and Norway means a period of bad weather, wind, snow, ice, and restriction. The Norse were great travelers, so a bad winter made travel difficult. It's not downright impossible. But Helgales reminds us that in time all things can transform from something bad to something good. Helgales is a rune of the unconscious mind and the thought process. It rules the laws that shape events in our lives, which suggests that the force it represents is not completely under our control. Helgales foretells a time of utter destruction of all that is familiar to you, and the kind of major event that occurs in every life in a once in a while. Such a scenario might be a death in a family, divorce, sickness, sudden financial loss, or some other form of major setback. Sometimes it is merely a longed-for journey that has to be set aside. Fate is not with you at this time, and life is hard, indeed, in some cases quite terrifying for a while. However, Helgales is not simply destructive. It offers opportunities for great change, or perhaps a journey from one world or lifestyle to another. It represents forces that cannot be avoided. As a rune of unexpected disruptions, it also signifies limitations and delays. The forces at work here are outside your control. It may only be later that you will see a reason for the limitations that are being imposed upon you, or the risks that you're being forced to take. Helgales refers to a time of testing, trial, penance, loss, pain, and suffering. This demands you to let go of the past so you can have room for growth, acceptance, fortitude. Its influence is disruptive, but allows you the freedom to break out of your current cycle. If you're afraid of change or refuse to leave the past behind, Helgales will force you to break out. This is not a time for long-term plans, as they are likely to be unsuccessful. Eventual success can be attained, but only after much effort on your part. When you look back on this time, it will stick in your mind as a time when your character was forged, when you developed a backbone and achieved or lived through more than you thought possible. You may feel that your future is in the hands of another person, that this person may be someone with whom you are not particularly familiar. The advice of this rune is not to start anything new now. It can sometimes refer to an interruption rather than complete destruction. Oddly enough, because of its connection with risk, this is a rune of gamblers and gambling. Helgales cannot be reversed, but in its negative form it shows chaos and disruption, loss, and the need for shelter. It refers to unresolved matters, blaming others for shortcomings, and nostalgia for what has gone before. Helgales may indicate accidents that are caused by rash behavior or by moving too fast. This is not a time for taking risks or gambles, so stop and think before taking any important steps. The magical uses of Helgales is used to remove unwanted influences and to break destructive patterns. As an amulet, it can be worn to protect against external aggression, which is perfect coming up. Where'd it go? Right there. Coming up in Amethyst. Emotional, destructive hailstorms and how they have kept you frozen. Okay, so again, 9s, it's about completions of a cycle, putting the past behind you. So Spirit's like, if you don't want to make this ending, we're going to come in and we're going to help you. We're going to force you to. All right, so thank you for watching. There's your letter H, your number 9. Make sure you write that down. Thank you for watching and have a blessed day.